Hello, my lovey. Today we are lucky enough to be joined by Kelly Anderson, acclaimed children's author and a fellow speaker at a summit I just did. So happy to have you with us, Kelly. Welcome.
Thank you, Mel. I'm excited to be here today.
Excellent. So I see you, like I have books out the yin yang. Yes, love it. Can you show us the cover of your book that you are publishing now?
So this is my daughter's and my book, Violet and the Voices. This is the proof that we
I love
just
it.
received yesterday. And so I've still got to go through this just to make sure everything is still good to go. And then hopefully we'll have a book sometime next week. My goal is the 13th, Friday the 13th.
Oh, I love it. Well, by the time this episode airs, the book will be available. Link will be in the show notes. And please tell me about Violet. Tell me about her voices.
So my background is drawing and painting. I have a degree in drawing and painting from the University of Georgia, and I have been an artist my whole life. So I've always been dabbled in illustrating children's books, painting. I had a mural painting company
Oh, cool.
in my late 20s. And so in 2015, I was going through, I'm just going to say I was going through some very tricky times with my husband.
Okay.
Uh, things were just tricky.
Marriage is a
So
journey, man.
marriage is a journey for sure. So I started doodling this girl, and actually now I have her all over. This is my mouse pad. So I
Oh,
started
humans were made to do
doodling.
hard things.
So I started doodling this girl with her little dog, and I just started to find like she was giving me a lot of peace. She was almost like giving me wisdom in the situation I was in. So every now and then, when I was just kind of feeling like, what's going on, I would just kind of sit down and just start doodling her. So I continued, and I just was really enjoying her. I was starting to kind of build her character a little bit, and she started to become like I had my child, my real child at the time, but she started to kind of become like it's kind of weird. I guess she was like it almost felt like she was like a younger sibling that was really wise and that could just kind of like help me along. She wasn't really necessarily my child.
Well,
I
no,
don't
but she's the sort of the personification of your wisdom that when we're in the throes of the moment and we're, maybe overthinking or feeling overwhelmed or, ruminating on things, it's your wisdom coming to you and being like, hey, think about this. And that's so peaceful and lovely. And that she's a child, to me, it seems like anyone would be more open to the wisdom bombs of a child, because sometimes when other adults weigh in, especially on, oh, I don't know, our primary relationship, then we're like, Bafangul, thank you very much. You know what I mean? So I love that this I don't know, this wisdom child came to you. Tell me more.
she was kind of like a younger version of me, but smarter and wiser, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, I started to kind of create this relationship with her. I would kind of like call her in and just start doodling. So I started sharing her first with my family and then slowly with some friends of mine, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we love her. She is adorable." She just, I don't know, there was just something about her that really resonated with a lot of people. So I started putting her on Facebook just every now and then, putting her out. And every time I would put her out, it was just like, that's when my Facebook would just blow up. And people were like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. You need to do a book. So people started just saying, when's the book? When's the book coming? So finally,
That's
I was like,
amazing. By popular demand, you wrote the book.
I was like, eventually I will write a book. Eventually I will write a book. And then finally something snapped this past year, and it just said, it's time to write the book.
Yeah.
It's time to do it. So I got with my daughter and I said, I want to do this. Do you want to do it with me? And she was 11 at the time. And she was like, yeah, we're doing this. So I said, well, this is what I want. I want you to write the story, and then I'll do the illustrations to go along with it. And so we kind of came up with what we wanted to say, what the message was, what we were teaching. And then she pretty much wrote it, and then I illustrated.
That just
And
warms my heart.
it's been a very challenging part. Some of it was just like, she just flowed right out of me. The drawing part was easy. All the logistics of getting the actual book created and now getting the book out, that part has not been quite so what's the word, just hasn't come so easy for me. It's a little more, but I think that's where I've actually grown the most.
Of course, right? When things are just rocky and tough and we're like, could someone please stop dragging me over crushed glass? Thank you. That is where the most expansion is happening. And the good thing is that this sounds eminently like a series of books to me. And so as you learn all of these processes, it's going to just become second nature. And I do second what you say about, we were talking earlier about things and just doing it again quickly. You know what I mean? Like, don't let it sit. Don't rely on things being second nature just because they're second nature right now. Oh, I love it. That sounds great. Well, cheers to you, Kelly. Thank you so much for being on the podcast with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it so much. So just if you guys are interested, Violet and the Voices, my character is Violet Oleander Rose.
Oh, I love
the website's violetoleanderrose.com. And hopefully within a week or so, we're going to have a book.
Excellent. By the time you hear this, you should be able to get the book.